Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I would take another look at the workshop and see what was out there, and a lot of very cool creations to check out today. Kind of excited, kind of excited. There's quite a lineup of really cool new builds that just kind of came out here, and yeah, pretty cool stuff here. So the very first creation we're going to look at today here is the Dream of Paradise by Optimus Prime. And this is a base, looks like a solar powered base from what I can tell from the exterior. A very fancy, neat looking base, I gotta say that. This is cool. This looks quite realistic. In fact, I'm kind of like looking at this and like if you were zoomed out a little bit, taking a look at this, it almost looks like something you would see in maybe, I don't know, a city builder game or something like that. Just really cool, like a fancy like kind of mansion like building here. I don't know, very cool. So anyway, before I go inside here, I just want to start out over by the swimming pool here. That looks really nice too. Also, when I was spawning this in, I really tried to get the height right. I think I'm pretty close. I was checking the interior rooms really quick before I did the video here to make sure I wasn't burying things, which anytime you spawn a base with basements and complexities, it gets a little rough that way. The author really worked out a lot of the things though, so it has like a particular spawn level, and once you get that going, it's fine. But wow, this is wild. Just all the little features going on in here. We got a couple like we'll just say lawn chairs, but beds underneath a little shade there. Got this row of plants up over here. This fancy like Art Deco style shelving unit that looks like it's not connected to anything, but it's all deception. Got somebody checking their email over there. I got over here. I like the rock gardens. It's got the trees. And again, if you didn't know this already, there are tree deco parts you can add to your builds now, especially for bases. So that didn't used to be the case. You couldn't like put in like a full blown tree, but you can now. So it's kind of cool. Oh, I was giving away something else over there in the background. Got to watch my camera views there. Oh man, this is wild. This is really nice. It's not just one building here either. Obviously, we got the main complex over here. Oh, we got the hot tubs on the other side. Look at that. And then we got our side building over there. Maybe that's the guest house. I'm not sure yet. We'll find out. But look at this walkway and the rock path and the marble floors and the plants and the wood architecture with the roundy stuff. That is really nice looking. Very cool. Like seeing the use of these other deco parts to these like kind of I don't know, square rectangular boulder parts. Look pretty cool too. A big old tree growing out of the rocks right there. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buzz around this way a little bit. I want to start with this side building, which actually I would say is a garage. It's not a guest house. I think we already got our answer on that one. A garage with a repair bay in it. Marble floor, fancy windows, got air. Yeah, nice garage. It's got all the tool chest back back over here. Very nice, very nice. So yeah, functional hangar, I guess, or well, we'll just call it a garage in this case, with the repair bay. And outside of that, we got looks like we got a weapon locker and O2. We got a repair console right here, a box, armor locker. Got some ladders going up to the roof here for a big old landing pad. Nice. That's cool too. Nice use of space up there. So a nice place to land something on top of the garage. Okay, so now we got to get into the main place here. Right here, I'm gonna go out of God mode a minute. I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna mess with the lighting a little bit. Let's darken this up. See what this kind of looks like in the nightlife. That kind of like dusk. Yeah, it's quite pretty here. Yeah, I got really cool ideas going on with this whole like hot tub area. I probably got it sunk in the ground a little bit much. You can kind of see some of the dirt coming through in the hot tub, but yeah, It normally wouldn't have that, or the ground. I wouldn't say dirt, but the ground coming through on the hot tub there. Look at all the details here. We got a little cooking pot thing. Well, I wouldn't say cooking pot. Something burning some logs over there. I like the lighting too. I mean, look at this. This looks pretty wild. Alright, let's go in this way. Oh, I got some people arguing over there on what to have for dinner, I think. Should we have the filet mignon or the sushi a la mode? I just made that second one up. Yes. Well, I'm just trying to think of like something that would be really expensive. You know, it looks like a pretty expensive place here. Yeah, this is cool. Like the big mushroom plant elevator. So yeah, this whole lower deck here, it looks like it's got a nice kind of spread out open environment utility area over here with all your different medical pieces. And we got a clone chamber in there, med bay. We got looks like 18 grow plots right over here. God, you can hear them arguing all the way up from over here. Jeez. They really got an issue. They just cannot figure out what they're going to have for dinner. Looks like we got a ventilator there, CPU core. Yeah, kind of like right in there as part of the wall structure. Another weapon locker. Over here we've got access doors to our fancy decking. Now we got a basement too. Let's go down to the basement first. Oh, I still flooded it with sand. Sorry. Gosh darn it. Yeah, hold on. I can, yeah, darn it. I'm still too deep. I didn't mean to do that. There is fancy marble floor down here, and I got it spawned a little bit too much into the ground yet. I apologize for that. I was hoping to avoid that. I thought I checked it, but maybe in one area and not a different area. But anyway, and here it looks like we have our production area, which actually has outside access too. Right from the balcony here. So we got a deconstructor, ammo boxes, furnace, item repair bay, advanced constructor, marble floor. But yeah, there was a recent flood, and they got to like clean all this out again and dry it out. That's all the sand that came in from the flood. So just saying, trying to come up with excuses. No, that's cool. It's just always a pain in the butt. I try to find like really flat ground, and I'm in a pretty flat area on this planet here, but it's just never flat enough, it seems. So over here, we've got a fancy looking kitchen. Oh, I like the use of these cabinets above there. Might need to get a little step stool there to get your all your spices and stuff that are probably up in there. And what do we got over here? Lots of, I think we already looked at this. Lots of utility over on this side for cooking and whatnot. This is really neat. This could be a nice like POI in the game, but you know, it is a very, very fancy player base too, and it looks like it's, you know, it generates its own power. It's got a repair bay, it's got a hangar, it's got farming, it's got production, so it does all the things you would want to do in game as well here. I guess you kind of seen that ship already, so can't continually try to hide it. Let's see here. Yeah, I really like how what the author did with the solar panels too. Use them as like almost like part of the roofing, which is really, really cool. Angular solar panel section there. The lighting's really nice too. If you notice all the lights that are happening around this build here. Some of this stuff is just insanely bright. Hold on, I'm going to go a little bit lower on lighting yet. I just want to, I mean, things get really, really dark on planets during night, and this is still holding its own here with the light. Most of my builds are really hard to really get dark, where the author really focused a lot on lighting here, which is cool. Kind of subtle there, but you can see all the different lights. Kind of using more of a yellowish light. Gives it that warm feeling, which is great for this build. And a nice living room here with this glassed off section, open air decking out over here as well. This is just a very, very fancy pad. But, yeah, beyond that, too, it doesn't particularly look terribly expensive for resources, and it does your base functions as well. So, yeah, very, very nice. Very, very nice place. I think that's it, unless there's a sneaky... no, I think we're just getting up into the roof line up above here. And I love that the overall look and style of it, too. It really does look like a real architectural building and things like that. Everything about it, the way the floors are done, the roof line is done, and yeah, just very kind of Art Deco with a like a wood grain or a wood look to it, which is really, really nice. And other little details like this walk path going down in here around the whole structure as well. Just really, really cool. And all the grounds work and balconies and decking and all that fun stuff. That's cool. And of course, you got the bonus garage too, and all the fancy rock work below. Now, looking below here, yeah, again, there's a lot of stuff like kind of below a certain line that I was trying to like bury in. I think I know where I went wrong. I should have been right there with putting into the ground, and I went too far. I went too far. Sorry about that. But I think sort of sand in the basement. It's coming through pretty good there. A little bit over here too. You know, we are in a desert. I mean, there are sandstorms and stuff too. I mean, I'm not sure all that water got in the basement, or not water, the sand. But anyway, really wild base. Let's look at the numbers here. So unlock level 12. So that's like starter area there. Size class 5, 4 fuel tanks, 3 oxygen tanks. Does have 4 sentry guns for some drone defense. 2 hours and 42-minute build time. Just taking a look at what it requires here. Really quite dirt cheap. I mean, you're going to need some crew because of the people in there, and a couple other things. It must be a core. It must be above a core 1 because it does use some small atomic bridges there. But other than that, pretty light on resources. A couple of things I'm not sure, and maybe I got to check constructors in game. I'm not sure if we can just build these. We might be able to just build like tribal furnishings as a deco item, I think, from a constructor. So I don't think that's a big deal either, as far as I know. So CPU set to 140,000, using 100 right up to the edge there. And that is going to translate to a, here, let me sort that real quick, to a core 3. So it looks like 2 basic CPU cores only. No shield on here. I wouldn't really, yeah, I didn't see one. I didn't expect it to have a shield. Now, obviously, it does have solar panels. Looks like we got 14 solar panels. And let me check one other thing here. So I'm certainly not sure where to find that at. Generator, yeah, probably here. No, those are large generators. I was wondering if we had the solar. Oh no, never mind. They're right there. I was looking for the solar capacitors. I missed it right there. Yeah, 4 basically batteries for the solar panel setup on there. So, and 10 actual solar panels. So, correction. Sorry about that. And yeah, let's look at one last aspect here. That is the storage. So we've got a looks like a main controller here at 168K. Actually, there's a box here at 16K. Another box, a couple ammo boxes, 14K each. And I think that's it. So that is our storage, our primary storage, plus some sort boxes, and wow, basically 28K of ammo storage as well, which will hold an awful lot of the 5.56 needed for the sentry guns. In fact, an insane amount. So plenty of ammo storage there. So yeah, very, very nice. Really cool build here. Base, fancy. Yeah. Very, very nice. I don't even know what to say. It's gorgeous. It's they'll have to really spend some time, and the details are really awesome. All the deco and the plants and just the whole overall layout and everything. So again, this is the Dream of Paradise by Optimus Prime. Really, really snazzy build here. Definitely like this. All right. So now we're gonna get over to a big O crazy psycho battleship. Actually, a Juggernaut. This is the Juggernaut reforged in 2 by Entei. So I was kind of briefly reading the description on here, and the idea of this ship, and it's a pretty big ship, is not to be like a spring chicken maneuvering around, but to be a very battle-hardened, nasty thing that comes at the Xerox bad guy POIs or enemy ships and just blasts them. Doesn't get out of the way, just blasts the crap out of them, and then just moves on to the next one. So basically, a heavy armored, slow moving, not super agile type of craft designed to just lay out a lot of damage and take a lot of abuse back. So I would imagine that there's a lot of places for the AI to be shooting up here. Oh yeah, we got, look at this, layers and layers upon armor up to a certain stage. Even this area here is just layered armor. It looks like the actual ship starts about there for interior work. So yeah, the whole front end of this thing is just armor, pretty much. So that is definitely what you'd want with this kind of ship here. Oh, and hold on, I wanted a nice sunny day here. And it's all stormy now. Let's fix that up. All right. Yeah, let me get the light high noon again too. Definitely like to see shadows. I always like to, even when I take pictures of my own things, I like to try to invoke some shadows. Sometimes I'll adjust the time of day at particular screenshots of builds and things like that, just to get a shadow in place. It always looks cool. So yeah, this looks really nice, super detailed. Got the classic Entei angled armored sides to it with all the details and the lines and the absolute craziness here. It is nice. A ship like this, you almost got to look at from a distance because it is big, and to get an idea on its overall look and presence here. It is a slick looking ship. It is kind of, despite its size, it's kind of like low profile. You can see like you got this big blue armored section going throughout the hull here, and then there's like this gray area kind of that's like on top of that or merged in with it. Like very not Star Wars, but you know, some ideas from like Star Wars in there too. I think just the overall presence of the ship here, just flying around. There's so many details to look at. It is an Entei build. I think we all know by now. Entei builds have a lot of detail on them all the time. So that is a style in itself. But yeah, just look at all the stuff going on, even on the bottom side here. Really cool looking use of deco parts with this whole rig with the canisters and things like that. That is cool. And we got the armor plates on the bottom here too, kind of going around that part. It's really cool. Like, I think the ship would look worse if the whole thing was like the all the blue color and it didn't have like the gray, like the two-tone overall look to it, and the white too, the white stripes too. Like, yeah, it just adds so much. I think when you mix all these different colors and like section things off into like, hey, this is a blue armor section, and this is the underlining gray tech like part of the build, and here's more armor on top of that, and it's just the way the structure of the creation is set up too. Also, yeah, these blocks here kind of play nice with some of this too. These weird blocks that I didn't use very much early on, and then I discovered them, and some of the neat tricks you can do with those. I always associated those with like roof lines for like houses on the planet, but yeah, you can use them for a lot of other really neat angles and things like that. Get them in a certain way, and I can see those blocks being used like over here in the corner right there, over here, like in a lot of places on the ship, where the standard wedge blocks just don't work out either. There is, however, a serious block that is missing from EGS block set that would allow for much greater use yet of doing unusual angles, I would say. Cool, but unusual angles. That would be awesome if we ever got another block update. Some more blocks. But yeah, this is awesome. So as in its weaponry, I've been kind of trying to like spot out some. Obviously, there's some side guns. This is probably more of a defense turret for anti-drone, being a minigun. But our offensive weaponry is going to be primarily in the back areas of the ship here, like the big plasma launcher, heavy guns there. And what else do we got for weapons? We got those two. We got some more retractable turrets. Again, this one probably again for drone defense. Bottom side, looks like we got some more drone defense turrets here. There might be some more stuff wedged in here. Oh yeah, I didn't even really check out the reverse thrusters on here. So it's using pretty much all Excel thrusters, I think, on the build, which makes sense. It's a big build. You'd want to use the big thrusters, or you're going to be really wasting a lot of CPU on that. Yeah, that's cool. How they're set up, too. So it's probably got... Oh, yeah, we got sneaky guns over here, too. Yeah, so what are these? These are not the same weapons as the other ones. These are... Oh, yeah, maybe they are. Main plasma batteries. And these are triple plasma cannons. So they're all plasma based, and that's kind of my thing on the game too. I know a lot of people really like the modulated lasers, and I have to play with those for like cheaper parts to get in. I kind of for the plasma too. I like the idea that they work, take out shields and haul at the same time, even if they're not optimal at either. It's you can kind of stack one kind of gun and do that. So on the backside here, we've got a whole lot of thrusters. I bet you not all these are real, and in fact, some of these are actually the large thrusters instead of the drive thrusters on the build. So, but some of these I bet you are not real, or maybe they are. All right, let's find out. Yeah, rocket thruster. When it says rocket thruster, they're kind of like decoy thrusters. So some of these are going to be the rocket thrusters, but I bet you the real ones are out over here, plasma drive thrusters. And usually, kind of a rule to follow with that, too, is the further away from the center of your build, or center of mass, the thrusters are going to affect your secondary stats more. They might do the same forward, like thrust performance, but if they're further away from the center of the build, and that also extends to up and down as well, they produce better pitch, yaw, and roll on your builds, which is super important, especially with heavy builds. And this is definitely going to be a heavy build. So, yeah, plasma drive. So I'm using plasma thrusters primarily, and fake thrusters. Well, these fake thrusters are also great too. As no, these are actually real ones out here too. This probably does add to some like turning, boosts up like the turning speed of the creation of things like that. But yeah, going to plasma is kind of nice too, because CPU wise and everything, they're quite a bit better than the ion thrusters. The amount of thruster performance you get out of that. And we got real long range radar mounted up and back there. And one last thing, I wanted to fly around, take a look at the top side near the bridge area here, which I believe is here. That is a cool looking bridge. I like how it's kind of low profile, just a little bit above the hull of the ship there. And yeah, looks like quite the command center in there too. Very nice, very nice. All right, well, again, with some of these really large builds, I'm going to try to tour most of it, but it is possible I'll miss parts of it as I go through, because it can take such a long time to go through builds of this magnitude. So, anyway, getting into the, I believe, the main hangar. They could have more hangars somewhere. Wow. Holy crap, look at this. So we got our warp drive and taxi tank back over there. I love this framework going around the hangar. It's kind of neat how it kind of raises up around this angled rear hangar door, too. You can kind of see this one comes all the way down to the floor. That's up a little bit. That's up a little bit more. Kind of all fits in there. So in the center here, we've got multiple levels. There's probably, yeah, there's balconies up in there. We got a big old massive crane that is on a track. It looks like it goes all the way up to where the main shield generator is. Hanging up from the ceiling there. Well, that's quite a ways up, man. I'd hate to fall off one of these balconies here. Well, I guess if you're in your space, you're all right. So yeah, a lot of hangar space. Got a universal constructor locations around here. Other constructor locations here. So it looks like I would definitely say the author is trying to dial in the CPU too, leaving some parts out and things like that to reduce the cost. Well, CPU requirements when you first get the build. So yeah, I'm really curious to see what core this ends up being. I don't know yet. I haven't really looked at that one. All right, so yeah, massive hangar. We'll probably be back in one of these balconies in the hangar here. Let's see. I just want to see. Okay, so we got a central elevator right there. I'm going to skip that a second and check out some of these other rooms on this deck. Yeah, very cool. I like the yeah, I like the wiring in the wall there. That looks nice and safe. It's out of the way. No one's gonna trip and fall on that. So that's cool. And we got kind of a shift in colors and decor coming into a massive fusion reactor room here. So that's cool. So that's just a small fusion reactor right now, and I'm pretty sure it's set up for you to replace that with a big fusion reactor. It looks like it would have the 5x5x5 block area necessary for that. That would take the fusion reactor all the way down to the pedestal area down there too. But yeah, look at this. This is wild. This is wild. It looks really, really nice and upgradable too. Love all the yeah, this, yeah, like right out of a sci-fi movie, a Star Trek ship or something with its, you know, dilithium crystals. But no, that's cool. What a very wild looking reactor room. All right, so and we got a lower bridge. Holy crap! Yeah, I gotta have the lower bridge. I didn't even notice this from the outside. I guess I didn't look hard enough on the bottom front area, but yeah, there's a whole lower section kind of underneath the hall there. A lot of cool looking LCD work and everything in the area. Control booths do have a pilot seat there, a couple passenger seats, and utility stuff in the area here. And let's see. We're back into the reactor room. Okay, I'm gonna go up. Let's go up this way a second. Maintenance, high temp. It's probably like thruster access. Yep, looks like it. Some lift thrusters on display over there. This is also really, really cool too. You know, seeing all this kind of stuff inside a ship. Obviously, when you're building these, I mean, you could just kind of bury all this in blocks and call it a day. But when you kind of open it all up like this to walk through, it adds to the immersion of build like this. It's just cool to tour it, to walk around. I've been up there already. Yeah, so thruster access maintenance rooms. Now we're on deck 2 over here. We still haven't taken the main elevator. Obviously, that's going to get us to, okay, another access point to the main elevator. What I'm trying to do is snake around to the some of the balconies that are over the hangar area, but we'll get there. All right, so I think this is main elevator. Yeah, deck 2, brig. Oh, it's got a brig and stuff. Hold on. Oh, wait, and this room. Oh, yeah, this is cool too. Look at all the texturing and the fancy block works and the colors and everything kind of coming together here. This is neat. We got the first quarter. Nice pad over here. Oh, look at that observation window looking out over parts of the other ship. Or not the other ship, parts of the same ship. This is nice. Got a nice computer there. Got the bedroom. So what's this way? Cantina. Oh, nice. That's a cool looking light assembly. Oh, that's really unique. I like that. Yeah, that cone like block with the light and the texture. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I've never seen a light look like that before. Nice use of all that, and this that newer light part there really fits that well. No, we got the menus. And we got the XCal special garden salad, Jay's cake, or Jeff's cake, eggs and bacon. We got some normal stuff in there too. We got muffins, croissants. We got the double donut, triple donut, and the anvil donut. Oh my gosh, there's an anvil donut. Bartender special. Oh yeah, it's always just more character again to the ship. You can read the menus. I think most builds I've seen, the food products are all kind of really well thought out, a little bit comical quite often, which is great. I kind of do the same thing myself. Got some picture shows here of some things out in the galaxy. Our ATM there to pay for all this stuff. So I kind of went up another deck here. So we're at the artillery workshop here. It has its own built-in crane system. Oh, it's carrying around some artillery pieces here. Yeah, so it actually builds artillery inside the ship here. It has its own like factory to do this. That's been pretty cool. You know, if you're a big spacefaring ship like this too, and you can get resources from asteroids, you would need a manufacturing place to actually take those resources and, well, you'd probably want that, you know, so you can maraud around and keep on getting more resources and keep on building more big old heavy guns like this. Like this is actually served as like a decoy. This is actually a real gun here, not an antenna. I don't think. No, that looks like a real gun. This one over here is an antenna, but that one's a real gun. So kind of like serving as a decoy, something for the AI to shoot at, but also serving as a deco part for the artillery workshop, which is really cool. First time I've seen an artillery workshop on a build. I think that is the first time. All right, so yeah, that's wild. Again, with Ente's builds, especially larger builds like this, to really fully check this out, I would highly recommend that you sub it, grab it, check it out, because I'm gonna miss stuff. There's too many things on these builds to see, and I'll probably inherently miss things unless I want to spend hours and hours and hours looking at the build, which I could do, but there's all these other builds I got to look at too. So there is that. Juggernaut schematic library Imperial. It's got some change lights manual P menu. What? Copy deck. Oh, this is color. Wait, that's not the library. Is it? No. Unless you read a lot on the toilet. It could be, but no, I don't think that's the case. Oh, let's not go back to the toilet. I think that's just right here. So, yeah, alternative color scheme, but it's even talking about changing colors of lights. Now, man, I wish that would work. The lighting really needs to operate from the standard color palette that you can put in your custom colors. If it used those for light colors, oh yeah, this whole area is the library, by the way. Then there would be no problem. You could the light colors would change with your color change. Just copying this into the color palette, replacing the colors, and it would be really amazing what you could do with that. You could change like the whole lighting scheme on the inside of the ship with no additional effort, really, which is great for the end user, or really for much for the author either. So it's really cool if that could work that way. All right, we got a shooting range. Oh my goodness, the ship is fully equipped here. Oh, this looks cool. I like how this is set up. So this is the person that gives you your firearm, and then you go up to the shooting ranges right over here. That's cool. I like the railing glass that's in between there. That's cool. And yeah, again, small area, but you know, another thing with the ship too, despite its size, the rooms don't feel like you're in some kind of cathedral. You know, the hangar's big, but that's a hangar. But the rest of the rooms seem to scale to the player. I've seen a lot of larger builds too. In fact, I've kind of made mistakes on that myself, where some of the rooms have like these great big tall ceilings and crazy stuff, and it doesn't look quite right. You know, like you wouldn't think they would be that way in reality. You'd think everything would be kind of scaled to the height of a person. And this ship is doing that, so that's cool. Alright, so we are on 4 right now. Huh. So I guess I kind of... There's so much more, though. I know I'm missing a lot of stuff here. Library shooting. There's a pool. So, let's hit this deck one more time. I know I've seen the cantina on it already, but there's swimming pools and other things going on. Okay, so that's our fusion reactor area there. Take a while to learn out the actual like layout. You'd have to like work on the ship for a while or be a crew member for a little bit to really learn the layout. But that would be the case on any large ship. Okay, so I'm going back and forth here. That ain't working. Yeah, I remember seeing this hallway already. We looked at one of the bedrooms. Oh, okay. Not all of them, though. Yeah, this is a general crew room over here. A lot of bunk beds. Lockers. Oh, this has got to be a bathroom, right? Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's a spiffy-looking bathroom. Oh, I like the use of the texturing in here and the like the dark marble or tile walls and with the whites in there. Yeah, pretty spiffy looking bathroom, I gotta say. So that's the guy's bathroom. So the where's the girl's bathroom? Ah, no. Across the hall, right over here. And, oh, they got pretty much the same thing. I was wondering if they're gonna be all like pink or something, but no, it's pretty hardcore too. Okay. I think this is a different bedroom yet. Yeah. Or maybe not. I don't know. No, maybe I did look at that one already. Man. I'm going to just run all the way down the hall here. Okay, so it did say, I want to find the pool. I got to find the pool. The pool's got to be in the area here somewhere. Okay, crew. Yeah, it's like kind of like walking through some large hospital or something, kind of trying to figure out where to get to. Where's the pool? Let's see, but this, if I take either of those, I'm on a different deck. So maybe the pool's all the way out here. Okay, there's a cantina. Got a front maintenance bay. Okay, yeah, this gets into the where the armor layers of armor are in the front. Well, that's cool that's also accessible, and it actually has the armor upgrade space and armor blocks as needed. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Cool way to do that. Oh, here's the pool, obviously. Oh, it's got one of them fancy lights. I didn't see this pool area here. It's got. Yeah, we need some pool seating deco parts for the game, I think. Oh, there's a glass wall right here, so you kind of like walking up the glass there. Yeah, our swimming pool. You can see the water in there. I wish you could. It's really cool that there's these water blocks, so you actually get like the water look and animation, like. But it's almost like they're too dark. Like I tried to use those before, and it just seemed like the water was so dark. That basically you can't like really change its color or anything, so it's pretty dark. It looks realistic with the water motion on that texture, but it is dark. But yeah, very cool looking pool area. You know, there's crap. There's still more to see. My goodness, I haven't been up to the bridge yet, but we found a briefing room over here. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, it looks like our person up top here would be lecturing right there. Got the other people, they all got their own computers. Laboratory. Oh yeah. Again, yeah, I'm really digging that that like black marble tile texture floor there. Yeah, I guess that is a lava with regular steel blocks. At first, I was thinking that that texture wasn't belonged to like the stone or something like that, or one of the other ones, but no, I think I'm wrong on that. That is available for steel. So briefing. It was a briefing room. I was all talking about lecturing, but okay, maybe it's a intense briefing. Oh my goodness, look at all this stuff here. All right, okay, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Oh no, I gotta see the brig too. I'm sorry, I just caught the sign for the brig and security. Oh my goodness. Ah yes, we got our jail cells. They're not too bad for a jail cell. I mean, they're not like luxurious or anything, but at least there's not like puke all over the walls and stuff like that. That's good. Alright, let's go check out the security office right across the hall here. All these rooms look just amazing though. It's like I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Every space I'm looking at. I mean, I could compliment all of them, but it's just like the norm. They all look great. I don't know what else to say. Did I walk down this corridor yet? I don't know. Oh, yeah, back to the library. Yeah, okay, we've been here. This is cool. This is cool. All right, so there's another part of the ship that I didn't make it to on foot yet. I want to get there. And I'm sorry, I'm not. I know there's a lot more ship to check out here, but I definitely want to check out the bridge here too. And it does have information about the library for the color schemes. P menu marker or upgrade markers. I'm going to turn that on. Probably I got to remember to do that right off the gate. So I'm walking through. I can see where parts are supposed to go. But that is a great way to do it. I adopted that myself with builds for the most part, and do the same thing now too, or the same idea is what Ente was doing, which I think is a great way to show where the parts are, and then you don't have to put in all these mysterious decals that you don't know what they mean all the time. You can actually write the whole word out, which is wonderful. Great looking LCDs in the elevators here too. They do help. I mean, I really like functional LCDs. I like LCDs that have a actual purpose in the game, where you're telling people something, some kind of information, usually pertaining to directions and locations and information and what decks are what and things like that is normally what I use them for. And also, for some reason, I feel compelled to always tell you how much storage is in every storage bay with an LCD. It's just a thing of mine. I don't know. It's not really necessary, but yeah. LCDs are nice and detailed too. Okay, so even on the hull here, we have a bunch of info markers here. This is all part of that setup here. It even tells you what type of turret is supposed to go there. Oh, really? A turret would fit here? I guess it would. Yeah, those guns are giant. I guess the barrels would be right over the turret. Yeah, so a bunch of them. A bunch of them. Holy crap. Look at them all. They're everywhere. I didn't even realize how many there was. Probably more on the bottom, too, I bet. Or maybe not. You know, actually, yeah, it's something I've been learning, too. When I was first messing with combat ships, I would be fairly equal with the turrets on the top side versus the bottom side. And that does work out if you're absolutely straight on your enemy. Like, so your bottom turrets would have line of sight, your top turrets would have line of sight. But often, when you're flying, especially if your bridge is on the top side of the ship, you're often kind of like looking at it at a slight angle, usually more exposed to the top side. So now I put an emphasis on the amount of firepower on the top side of the ship versus the bottom side. Just something I kind of adapted over time, realizing that in actual combat, it seems to be kind of the case a lot where your top turrets having generally more line of sight than your bottom turrets. Not necessarily true. It depends how you pilot the build too. Oh, I didn't even see these side hangars here. And the access doors to get to the side hangars that go out to the other. Oh yeah, and the balconies around the top of the hangar. I got the lights back on. Oh jeez. Yeah, 8. So I'm seeing a lot of parts that aren't here. If I'm going to take a wild guess, and I know this seems kind of extreme, but I think this is only a Core 9 build. Let's find out. Let's look at the numbers here. Yeah, unlock level 25, complexity 20, or size class 20, 23 strafing. I'm sorry, 23 forward, 6 strafing, 19 left, 10 reverse, 9 down, 28 fuel tanks, 6 oxygen tanks. Pretty good barrage of weapons. Obviously, is meant for a whole lot more. 23-hour and 38-minute build time. 4 quantum processors. CPU. Yep, look at that. Core 9, 900,000 CPU. So, yeah, I got the impression with all the left out parts, including constructors, guns, a large fusion reactor, all kinds of other things. It is just chilling at a Core 9, which is not all that crazy to bring into game, really. So that is wild too. I just let's look at the resource cost. Obviously, we're gonna need a lot of the basics like the iron and stuff like that. A little bit of gold. That's gonna be for your CPU cores primarily. Large upgrade kits for other fancy parts, the guns, radar. These are those like fake ones, those fake thrusters. So are these, the rocket thrusters here. And the fake ones, you know, work out great because they're there, you can see them. But when and if you want to upgrade your thrust, you can blow those away and put in the actual thrusters, which will cost you a whole lot more CPU, but you'll move faster too. So yeah, by the looks of this ship, you could soup this up, despite its not being super fast right now, and it wasn't made to be fast. You could actually make it quite a bit faster by messing with the thrusters and putting some CPU into that, and popping in some real thrusters in place of rocket thrusters. All right, last thing I want to look at here is storage. So we got a recycle in at 640K, fridge, products 1 and 2. I like how they're all labeled here. I don't even have to like open them up to see what's in it. I like to do that too. I just like to know what's in a bay, and it's nice to not have to click on it to find out. So materials 1 and 2, 640s. Ammo, we've got 2 ammo bays, 320K a piece. Some sort boxes, and yeah, pretty much to the point on that as well. God, that almost looks like another ship's like landed on this ship, but it's all one ship. It's amazing. Well, anyway, I know I didn't see it all. Please sub it, check it out, and spend like the hour and a half and walk through it. I mean, it's worth the time. Again, this is the Juggernaut Reforged Eden 2 by Entei. Very exceptionally cool build here. I bet you it would work well in game too. So, stock shield, I didn't read that off yet. 65,980 on its stock shield. And keep in mind, it does come equipped with quite a bit of firepower, with all the different guns and stuff going on in there. So you can instantly grab it and start blowing up bad guy POIs or bad guy spaceships. Xerox, especially. Out in game. I'm taking a vendetta against Xerox this season. It's just a thing. All right, so the next build here, this is the Torrent by Artemis Rogue. And he's got a video out on this one too, demonstrating this ship, which I do believe is a Core 7, taking out a bunch of bad guy nasty ships. And Artemis really, I mean, definitely has a focus on combat creations in the game, and has a particular style. The style is looking really good. The style was probably hard to produce in the first place because it depends a lot on xenomaterial, and I think we all know what xenomaterial textures are like. Holy guns. Wow. You know, this is probably a good idea what he's doing here. I was thinking about that. Even I've been building the combat CV. In fact, when I'm done with this video, I'm gonna I got it about done. I'm going to do a video on that one separately. But yeah, this stack of these lower tier or tier 1 plasma guns here and mass counts like that do a lot. But that's not what actually, these bottom ones here are actually bigger ones, aren't they? That's unusual. So these are dual plasmas. And then these are oh, these are also, oh, they're all duals. Oh, that's, oh, I didn't pick that up. Yeah, they're all dual. I was gonna say that mixing and match between the single and dual, I don't think it would be a good idea, but they're not. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Artemis won't do that. But yeah, they're all duals. Wow, you can run a lot of duals on a build, especially if this is core 7 and it's matched on the other side. That's like, what, 6 per side, so 12 duals. Interesting. I didn't know that was a viable like option like that. I figured that would be like ridiculous amounts of CPU, but it must not be. That's cool. That is cool. That is something to think about when outfitting a ship with weaponry here. Now, again, what's going on with the ship too, and I agree with this, and I try to do the same thing on my own builds, is for launchers, not turrets necessarily, but launchers. I like to have only one kind of launcher on a build, and stack the crap out of them. In other words, have as many as you can put on it, but of one kind. Because when you're operating the ship, you can't set up weapon groups. You can only fire one kind of manual weapon at a time. So if you were to have a bunch of these duals, and then you had some singles and maybe a triple on here, you could only fire the duals at once. Or just the other ones, or just the other ones. You can't fire them all at the same time. So therefore, you're severely cutting down your damage per second or your DPS. So stacking one type of launcher, I think, is a really good rule to follow on the game, and not have more. Now, turrets are different. Turrets automatically fire on whatever. You can mix and match turrets to your liking, and everything's fine with that. It's just the launchers. So yeah, this one's just set up to just massively damage the crap out of things. And it might be a better, I have to look at all the damage count numbers of this. Like, it might be a better bang for the buck going with these as opposed to the heavier ones versus how much CPU you've got. Maybe stacking a bunch of these cheaper ones does more actual damage per second versus having fewer of the heavier guns. And I think that's what's going on. And when I first looked at them, I assumed they were just singles, but I guess I didn't look at them very closely. But they're all the duals, which is kind of cool. Yeah, that is quite neat. So as in the overall aesthetics of this build and everything like that, again, very cool. Fits in with Artemis's style, which is doing everything you can with Xenoblocks. But also mixing in some other blocks in the mix there. But with Xeno, a lot of it has to do with color gradients. And again, Xeno sucks to texture with. Like, you have so few textures, and you have like no base textures that really work well. The only thing you can really do is use this texture and have different colors for it. It's the only smooth one there. Everything else is all pretty whacked out. This tile texture isn't so bad, but yeah. So the backside here, oh wow, we got some, I think it's just the atmosphere, but yeah, it looked like some purple smoke and some red smoke, and a lot of this stuff is just kind of like, it's deco, but it also like helps, like, it can take hits and blow up like just crap. Like if a bigger enemy round was coming in at your ship and it hit here, well, it'd blow this up, but it's not hurting your inside hull. So a lot of the stuff there, despite looking really nice, and I'm sure there's an intent to have it look nice, it also serves as protection too. So then we got our bridge right up over here. Looks like we got some side doors coming into that. Yeah, right to the point there. And again, with combat ships too, having the bridge, a first-person bridge in the back area of the ship, providing you have decoys up in the front area here, which I'm sure this does. We'll look at that in a second. It does help too. The AI is going to, basically, they're attracted to shooting the first thing they see. And sometimes they'll pick whether whether they feel like shooting at a generator or a turret or a launcher or a thruster. And so in the front of the ship, I bet you we have, yeah, this is all it's all solid in here. Yeah, here's a decoy launcher. Here's some decoy thrusters, and the way he does it too, which is smart. If you got the room to do it, they're kind of like offset. They're not like following a symmetrical pattern, like one's over here, one's over here. It's causing the AI, if they want to shoot at this one, they gotta aim that direction. If they want to shoot at this one, they gotta aim at the other direction. If they want to get this generator, well, they're gonna have to pop through an awful lot of front armor there. And same thing with the launcher up over there. But of course, depends how much room you've got to pull all this off. We got some old traditional leg shot block, and probably beyond this is going to be our interior space. Yeah, it is. So we'll go take a walk on the inside here. But yeah, really good looking ship. Looks like it's going to be very effective. In fact, the video, I think, kind of, I think we already know it's effective. So there's not much to say about that. This method works. I'm taking a plasma shower right here. I thought that was really cool. That looks neat. I'm just trying to, I think that's countertops up there, upside down. And it feels like a shower. I don't know what kind of effect's going on there. I was looking for a door actually, but instead, you know, the desert's pretty warm, and that's pretty neat there. That's wild. That is wild. Okay, so let's just see if there is. Yeah, there is. Here's our wayboard. Now let me adjust the lights here. Yeah, it does look like it's just raining. Like, that's a big outdoor shower. That's that's cool. Probably plasma infused. Okay, so we come in here. Here, I'm going to God mode across there. That probably locks up tight. I think I manually opened it, which is probably a problem. That's why it's open right now. Okay, so what I've been noticing with this builds is usually there's a lot of upgrade locations, but they're running like staggered rooms on either side where the doorways don't line up, just in case you get crossfire there or something like that. It helps protect the stuff on the inside. Now this one here, we're looking at, I believe, what is that? Hold on. I think these are drone bays in here. Oh, wow. So this thing launches a bunch of drones as well. Wow. 4, okay. 6, holy, okay. 6 drone bays in there. That's different. That is different. And then inside of here, we got the big old room here. It looks like it's just got a lot of parts in here. So, but obviously, if you reconfigure this a little bit, it looks like it's designed to hold a large fusion reactor as well. So yeah, so we've got yeah, fuel over there. We got a big advanced generator, our main shield there, long-range radar, CPU block, taxi tank. So kind of like everything in this open area, and then a pilot seat right there too. Obviously, we've got an elevator to go to our upstairs bridge there. But yeah, get pretty open so you can make adjustments, and the core is just kind of like chilling over there, kind of in the back of the ship. Let's go, I think, right up to the bridge. Yeah, you can see that cut through the center there. And up here we've got we got our looks like a full medical bay up here. So all our equipment and our access doors over to the sides over here. Where are these? Yep, right up at the bridge area. That's cool. I like how that's done with the double door and the airlock-like connections. And then yeah, fridge, armor locker. So pretty much all the essentials. You definitely want to be able to heal up, take a shower for the rads, fix your armor. And I don't think I was where I thought I was. Hold on. I got to keep going this way. Oh, yeah, duh. Pilot seat's right there. Right up the thing, so you can just click there and Bada boom, bada bing. Nice field of view, too, when you're flying this around. Shooting up all the bad guys. So, yeah, very, very cool. Well laid out, very dedicated combat ship with, in this case, stacked medium plasma launchers and a lot of drone bays. Back to here. I'm going to do one last thing. I just want to see. Drone bays require 2 parts per bay, as far as I know. And one would be the drone bay itself that were like interior parts, but then there's also the drone like deployers, which are usually kind of a flat deco type. It almost looks like a deco type item that you could put, I believe, on the exterior of the ship somewhere to have the drones go launching out of there, kind of like telling them where the drones are going to deploy to. I'm failing to see any though so far. Let's see if they're on the bottom, unless they can be hidden too. I don't know. Huh. Yeah, I'm just not seeing them. I think they got to be here somewhere, right? But yeah, this is pretty amazing. I'm so with. God, this doesn't look like it would be a Core 7. Just like got too much firepower, too many drone bays. How do you make this a Core 7? It's a Core 7. Look at that. How do you do that? Yeah, I'm not sure where those drone launchers are. I'm sure they're here somewhere. Maybe they don't need to be exactly exposed to the outside of the ship though either. I don't know the rules on those. I really don't. Yeah. Anyway, let's look at the numbers here. I like to try to figure out, the thinking and the logic behind everything on these builds. It's good stuff to know. It really is. All right. So, unlock level 25, complexity 6, 34, 24 strafing, 47 lift, 29 reverse, 24 down, 8 fuel tanks, 1 oxygen tank. Got 8 sentry guns. Does have 1 laser cannon light. That's probably the decoy. 4 medium laser turrets and 12 dual plasma cannons. That's your main weapon right there, and then long range radar. It does, for whatever reason, on attack defense does not list drone base. So they'll be in the device menu. 7-hour and 18-minute build time. Does look like it's using a number of, well, these could be used for the weapons too. I don't know. It's got plasma thrusters, or just a lot of the guns are using the plasma converters. They're not a hard part to get in game. And yeah, just Core 7 set up with the bridges and matrices. And yeah, not much, not all that difficult to bring this in. Yep, slightly over the 620, but not by much, and that's not going to cause you any issues being that little over. If you look at the larger number there, yeah, Core 7. Stock shield, 59,699 on the ship. And we do have water sound. Oh, water sound off. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's got, yeah, in case you don't want to hear the water when you're taking a shower out back in the desert, outside, you can turn that off. You can turn the sound of water off. Yeah, very, very nice ship. Storage, last thing I want to check out here. We got, looks like 3 ammo controllers chilling in at, looks like 232 a piece, 232K a piece. And we got a harvest controller also at 232. And then a fridge and a pentaxi tank and a box. So, yeah, very, very cool. Again, this is the turret by Artemis Rogue. Very, very cool, effective combat ship here. And very nice looking, too. All right, so the next build here. Going to go into, I believe, SV land here with something really exotic here. This is the Talanian Carvel by Barefoot and Hillbilly. And this is, yeah, this kind of goes with another set. I noticed the same author built something similar, kind of themed a little bit this way fairly recently. And here's another one kind of themed in that same manner. And God, this is pretty. This is just too pretty. So this is like an airship kind of thing. Like these are like the like your airship like blimps on the side over here, and then this is like your ship. Old school like wood deck hull ship with the little ram thingy on there, water thingy, to make your ship flow better through the waves, and of course, you know, ram some things. Why not? Uh, oh, we got a nice wooden turret, retractable turret position right over here. That looks really cool, though. I mean, just the creativity on this. Now, again, I don't know. I don't know if he's if this is some kind of replica or just a custom build, but it's looking good. These railings look really neat too. I was just kind of looking at how those are set up. Oh, look at the yeah, it's like kind of old school, you know, with the wooden stuff, but it's mixed in with like space age, Star Wars like tech as well. Like this whole unit over here, like a big like I don't know, big jet engine kind of thing. Got the wires going on over there, and it's connecting beams over there. You got a way on the backside here. This is really pretty. So this one's not a sailboat either. It's just straight up. It is blimp powered. No, that is so cool. Look at these things on this. Yeah, it's just neat. Very, very. I don't know. Fantasy like type of stuff here. This is neat. This is super detailed too. I just all the little intricacies and details up on the deck here. Oh, I like how that goes down there. Asymmetrically laid out, set up here, stuff on the deck, and up top. Hey, look at that, man! You almost don't see that. It's like a traditional SV cockpit, you know, right up top over here. What a wild design. God, you know, I just didn't think you'd ever see anything like this for Empyrion, like an SV that was anything like this. This is just so unique. Mixing space age tech with like old school pirate tech. It's just really wild there. All right, well, gosh darn it. I think we're going to have to get aboard here, but oh wow, that's cool. That is cool. This is just amazingly detailed. All right, so I'm gonna adjust the lights. We'll just walk in the back door here. No puns intended. So, and coming in, we're all like techie. Look at this. We got the metal and the things and here are the reactors and the fancy lighting and everything like that. It's just trying to fool people into thinking they're all primitive and stuff with the ship. Got our core over here. Constructor, O2. We got a breathing pipe. I'm just kidding. Armor locker over there. Another breathing pipe. And of course Wi-Fi, CPU blocks, generators. Got a lot of stuff right in back. So this is where we put the side cannons. Or actually, in this case, this is where we put the stormtroopers for deployment. Or no, I'm just kidding. I don't think No, it's probably more of a rebel thing. Yeah, nice passenger seat setup over there. And then we've got the fancy pad with a plant. That's cool. That is cool. Yeah, look at these beds, and it's got the little like luggage area down below, a little fridge there for the beer. And then the windows are perfect. The windows, the little round windows, the old ship like windows. This is cool. This is like this fancy little asymmetrical room. Got a nice shelf there. Got your extra box. It's cool what's going on with the door frame too. Thin block row on the inside doing that hexagon like angle, well, or an octagon I guess, but yeah, very cool. Very cool. I didn't adjust the lighting either, did I? I got so excited. I'll just a little bit more here. I'll probably make it too dark now. But you can see how the lighting affects the look of things too, obviously. Just a bunch of storage controllers on the bottom side over here. built into the floor. That actually kind of looks neat. Kind of like a little foot plate there. Got some little sneaky things going on in here too. Got a little tank down there, and we got some more. Oh, we got a warp drive right there. Holy smokes! Let's pull up the floor tiles and get to the warp drive. Oh, that's cool. All right, so we know it warps. We got trauma station over here. Here, I'm gonna. Sorry, I think I moved the lights too dark. Raise them up a little bit again. And more passenger seats. Fancy, authentic, fancy wood table with fancy wood angles and stuff. Oh yeah, then we have our lower like balcony like deck here. Get a little fresh air. Make sure the blimps are intact. That's cool. That is cool. So we got some more hidden stuff. Oh, we got a shield in the floor. And here's this is what I was looking for. You know, something missing from SV build set 2 is any way to go up and down. There's no elevators. There's no ladders. There's no staircases. There's nothing for SVs besides blocks. Just angled blocks. That's all you can really do. So I guess you got to do it. But they could really use SVs and HVs alike could really use some other stuff going on there. All right, let's check out this room here. Oh yes, we got to have the conference table over here, or you know, just a place to eat dinner. Discuss who you're gonna, what ships you're gonna pirate next. Nice plants. I love all this SV furniture. It's kind of cool, the custom made stuff. Even having the small blocks gives you a lot of options. And we got our rear balcony. Yeah, this is very, very nicely done. The whole build, everything looks amazing on it. Yeah, even this one last little feature, this round part in there with this other stuff. That's really neat looking too. I like to see that kind of thing, like mixing, like you took this other shape and you kind of put it in this shape with this other shape, and then but you got the big shape, and it all works together, and that's neat. And the big swingy arms over here holding or attaching the main build to the blimps on the side there, and that's a cool looking connecting mechanism over there too. Got some wiring and stuff going to it. Yeah, very, very cool. And I'm kind of curious, is there anything in these? Oh, this is where all the thrusters are. That makes sense. Yeah, if you had all these thrusters on this build all exposed out on the outside, it would look stupid. It wouldn't look right at all. So they're all inside the blimp. So the blimps actually are responsible for your propulsion, which is really, really cool. Yeah, all right. Let's look at the numbers. Unlock level 25, size class 5, 60 forward, 50 strafing, 58 lift, 60 reverse, and 50 down. This could be like a combat ship with the specs here. Very, very balanced flying specs, and the secondary numbers are all right up in the same ball game there too. Then 3 hour and 45 minute build time. It's using 2 quantum processors. Does have an advanced core on it. This again might be for a slightly different version of the game, or played in a slightly different way. I'm not sure how that's all going to translate yet. So it's CPU's up to 36,000, right there, pretty much at the 36,000 usage. We got here. There's a Core 9 build, but it is using that advanced core, which I believe gives you CPU increased by 8,000. So it's a better core to use. It keeps it like Core 9. I don't know how. I think you can acquire advanced cores in gameplay, following a quest line or something like that. But I don't know a lot of details on it myself. It does have a shield, stock shield, just under 11,000 on that. And we do have spotlights. And let's see, I think we had we already seen the warp drive, so it's an SV warp drive, so I think we know that. Storage on it. So we've got, oh, wrong build there. Let's get to this one here. Yeah, we do have an ammo controller at 2,500. And then we have a lot of cargo boxes or controllers in there. Guest storage. Materials. So a lot of sort boxes on here. Not really like a main cargo hold, but like a lot of individual boxes to put all kinds of things. Yeah, very, very cool. Again, this is the Talanian Carvel by Barefoot and Hillbilly. Yeah, just look at that. Yeah, oh yeah, that's neat. All right, so yeah, this week just doesn't stop. There's just one wildly cool build after another. So this one's already on, ready to go. In fact, it's gonna shoot me. So this one here is the, oh, how do I say that? Annex. It's ANAXES. Radar installation by Jay Drafton. I'm scared of that word there. I don't exactly know how to say it properly. But yeah, it's I can tell it's pretty small. It does look like a radar station. It's got I can say it's got like 8 sentry guns for some drone defense. I think I probably needed to put this slightly lower into the ground from where it is. I didn't exactly know where to put it, but it's I think I should work where it is. Although you can see some BPT. No, I don't know. We got a staircase coming up over here. So like below here, we're like right at the ground level or pretty close to it. On the bottom side, just to note before we get in there, it does have I think 6 solar panels down here. So it does create solar panel or create solar power, not panels. This has a little solar panel factory built in here somewhere. Then we got like a single one up top there. But the amazing thing is, whatever you see the light on this top one here, it's probably going to be the same light factor you see, if I could see, on the bottom ones too. Or maybe the bottom ones, since they're flat, might actually get better light. I know this makes no... Yeah, look at this. Look at these guys go. They're like solid happy. Like, they are getting all the unsun light they could possibly get. But in-game, in bases, the solar panels work if they're buried in the blocks or underground. So that's just something to know. You know, in reality, that doesn't work, but in the game, it does. But anyway, this is a really, really cool looking build here. And again, it does remind me of a radar station. And this object here may be the roundest round thing I've ever seen in the game here. This is very, very round. I like that. Yeah, all those new blocks in there. It's cool how this is done up here too. It's got a yeah, kind of your like a big radar array inside of there, and this kind of like its protective outer coating that kind of helps with the radar transmission itself. And then, of course, we actually have a radar here, too. Just got to see if this is a... oh, that's just the fakie there for now. Again, it's a base, so, like, real long-range radar, your base doesn't move, so... I mean, if you just fly around the area real quick, you'll know what's there. I don't know. It's just one of those things that you probably don't need long-range radar on a non-moving object. But, yeah, this isn't about that anyway. So we got a looks like a storage controller out there. We got a box. Of course, our protection. I'm really curious what's inside of here. Oh, a constructor. A deconstructor. It's got a deconstructor. So it takes apart, well, old dishes. No, that's cool. That's cool, though. I keep on thinking there's like some underground layer here or something, though. And I thought this was going to be the access gate to go. But, you know, honestly, when I flew down below, yeah, no, that's just, there's a roll of blocks where I'm kind of flying, and we got all our parts. We got our solar capacitors, main core, generator, fuel, Wi-Fi, yeah, CPU core. So yeah, I think that's it. It's just like this. It's a little radar station. It does radar stuff and it deconstructs, and it has power, and it shoots down all the drones too. So very, that's cool. It's just a different design and style, and it looks really neat. Again, the roundy radar dish deconstructor that is really cool. So yeah, all right. Well, let's take a look at the numbers here. So we got an ammo box at 14K. We got a fuel box at 5380, I think it was, and then a control. And then we got a pretty good sized controller here at 446K or 64K. 464K. So a good amount of storage in there. So yeah, it's kind of like with gameplay terminology, it's kind of like a solar powered deconstructor that you can place out there. It protects itself from drones. It creates its own power, and you salvage all or deconstruct all whatever you want. So yeah, that's really cool. You got, I guess you're gonna fly down here to a really small, like little landing pad there for something, a little transport SV or something like that. Move you from point A to point B, or like a scarab or something, something like that. We'll park there. But yeah, but very, very cool, very unique build here. Yeah. Did I look at the costs and stuff? I did not yet. So unlock level 12, size class 1. Yeah, 8th century guns. 23 minute or 28-minute build time. Man, I can't read today. That's like, I don't know what's going on. Like brain tumors or something. I don't know. 5 fuel tanks. Doesn't do oxygen. Not really much interior space. I mean, I guess you can fit in here. Yeah, there's like one block. Not even a full block. Oh, whatever. It's not about that. So that's really cool. It does have Wi-Fi. So I think using it in practice, you'd probably just like land near it. Move all the stuff to the thing in there, which will probably kick on the deconstructor. It does its job. You run around, you shoot all the bad guys in the area, come back, your deconstruction's done, and you move on. So I think that's kind of what it's about. But yeah, very, very cool. Again, this is the Annex radar installation by Jay Drafted. Very, very, very unique, interesting build there. I definitely like it. All right, so moving on to the next build, we have got the Mobius HG Freight RE2 by Fuji. And this looks really cool. Oh, I like the thruster pod-like design and these crazy-looking tanks on the top side that look really cool. I think they're actually they're like big. I think these are actually like storage controllers. 32K. So that'd be 128K of storage. Oh, anyway, I got a little sidetracked with that, but that's really cool. I like the separation on this build here. You got our bridge here, but yeah, look at the intricacies of these like thruster pods. There's like 4 of them, so you got like your front right, front left, and same thing kind of going on with the back, I think. Yeah, that's cool. And then you got this this rack up here. Look at the intricate block work going in here. This actually kind of like structural framework going on in here. I like all the angles. All the framing is really, really cool. And obviously it's holding up these big like tanks, which are I believe, yeah, they're probably solid in there, but I believe they're going to be like all your storage or container extensions in there. And that's really cool how that's set up. It's kind of like little hooks, like pick up the tanks and drop them on here. And it's like, yeah, that's cool. Very intricate design here, especially with all the framing, and look at like the framing going down to the landing gear on the front here. And we got some placeholder weapons in here. So block based yellow weapons with with little lights and stuff. But basically, they're kind of like placeholders. Obviously, you can put in like real guns there. It's just something to put in there. You could use antennas, but the author wanted to build more unique things and put them in there. So that is very cool. Very cool. Definitely know where the guns would go. We do actually have a turret down below here. Oh, that's neat too. Hold on, I gotta figure out what I'm seeing here. Oh, okay, it's just a texturing little trick there. Yeah, without the lights and I don't know. I first looked at it and I thought we had like some kind of like thin block thing going on the sides here, but then the turret wouldn't fit, so that couldn't be. So it's just the way the blocks were textured down there. Yeah, that's cool too. It caught me off guard there. I didn't look quite right, but it is. It makes sense. Just yeah, that's cool. So then on the side here, got kind of this big, yeah, it's almost like a, kind of reminds you of some kind of like passenger grace. I don't know. It's like a mobile factory that holds a lot of storage up top. And it's got a hanger on the backside. Yeah, I'm gonna, there's a lot of texture lights here. I'm gonna darken things up a little bit right now. Just to pop those texture lights into focus a little bit more. So that's cool. Yeah, look at the intricate scheme. We got yellow, we got red, we got blue. It almost looks like there's green in there, but I don't. God, that certainly does look green, doesn't it? I don't think that is green though, unless it's maybe a green lighting on yellow, potentially. That's really cool. Yeah, the really intricate thruster housings here, and again, this whole thing too. I'm looking at it almost like it's a CV. And it's not a CV. It feels kind of like a CV because it's pretty big and everything, but this is an SV. It's just pretty wild. God, it is an SV too, isn't it? Yeah, SV thrusters and deceiving. A little bit there. Well, besides the storage, like I knew it was an SV. It's just you walk around it, and I started to think it wasn't an SV. And then, but it is an SV, and it's an SV that really, I mean, looks like a CV, especially with the hanger too. That's cool. And the yellow oil on the bottom there. All right. Well, anyway, that's neat. A wild build here. I'm gonna go. I'll turn on the lights as soon as I get inside here. I just wanted to check out the top section that I didn't look at yet. Little peek hole window in there. I wonder if there's something below there that we just can't see right now. A skylight over here, and obvious turret mount positions along the front there, and oh, actually over here too on the thrusters, probably on the rear. So that would give you like a full 360 turret view position if you had all those turrets in these. And actually, these are like double launchers, so top and bottom mount. And our spotlights. So yeah, wow. God, man, this is a big SV. I mean, if it was a CV, I wouldn't think it was all that big, but it's not a CV. Holy smokes. All right, now we're gonna get aboard here. Let me adjust the lights a little bit here. Definitely lights up over by the doorway. So we got an SV, pretty good sized hangar. We got a warp drive up in the top there, and then we got our pentaxid tank, cool looking, and a shield, all kind of piped together with pentaxid pipes. We'll just call those pentaxid pipes. Really, it looks fits well with the all the parts there too, kind of like a whole display of your main like ship parts here with your shield and warp drive and all that stuff there. Cool looking sidewalls in here. I like this. So this is a controller, and then we got O2, and it's kind of its own thing there. Got boxes kind of built into the wall. Got that's one of those advanced oh yeah, fusion generators. Got our power there. Got a second one of those on the other side. Yeah, that's cool. A lot of boxes. But yeah, this is like, man, this is an SV. And again, it doesn't feel like an SV. It just doesn't because it's just big. Cool curves on the framing on the walls. We got looks like a radar up here too. This may be a real one. Let's find out. Nope, I don't think so. I think that's again adding a real long range radar to the build right off the gate is going to invoke some resource costs and more CPU too. So usually, most of the time, they don't come with them unless they're a higher end or a more expensive base build kind of thing. I'm not even sure if it made any sense there. But I like these displays. I'm looking at this one here for the main core and CPU cores. And obviously, there's some extra slots in there. And it looks like on the back side here, we have access doors to put in more CPU cores here. That's really cool. Like a kiosk display for your all your core stuff. This whole ship seems to be set up in that manner, which is I really dig. Here's our trauma station display. That's cool. I got a little fuel tanks up there. Nice work on the pipes. A whole lot of cargo boxes up over there. What we got here? Hauling small HVs. Any miners, cargo. Oh, nice. 2, 4, 17. Oh, intended upgrades. Just looking at it. Okay, so we got some nice upgrade information there. Using an old school like flat screen LCD there, not the projector style. That's pretty cool. I like the the yellow border and color scheme actually feels right on that. Kind of goes with the rest of the ship. So over here we have our cooking display, which looks like it's quite well thought out. So we got this does more than cooking. So we got 2 constructors, but it looks like it's got room for 2 more. We got a couple fridges. I like how those are arranged. And we got our food processor right above there. Got a light, oxygen, in case you have a bad stomachache. If you ate some bad food and die, you can clone yourself right in over there. What the heck is going on here? So these guys are all sitting around like playing this like projected 3D video game thing, I think, going on over here. I think that's what's going on. Wanted. Oh, it's got a face in there. Or maybe this is just what they're maybe it's not a video game. Maybe this is all for real. Selling illegal biological samples. Oh, how dare that person. Get him! No, that's really cool. You see, notice the 2 layers of glass. There's like this corner layer on top of the other layer, like the brown glass and the green glass. And look at the framing. That's really cool looking table legs. I know what block he used there too. I think. Yeah, it's a block you don't see get used very much, but that is really cool. Very innovative table. And we got our fancy, luxurious, like, armor locker chair. And, oh wow, look at all the stuff going on up there. The heck, it looks like an alien flying saucer coming down to suck up the wanted people down here. That is very cool. Look at the lighting change colors and the deco parts and this. That's a cool looking shape. Well, for a light there too. Yeah, like a big high-tech space chandelier with the aliens. No, that's cool. I like that. And then over here, we got our premium plant over here. And then we have our trophy hologram chest. What the hell? Oh, that's so cool. It's like a little model table of the actual CB table. And then these other cool looking things in there. And it almost looks like there's a glass in there, but there's not. And on the other side, oh, we got one of them large SV like storage boxes. I think each one of these is like 32K of storage. And then we've got, of course, our very nice color coordinated fuel and oxygen, storage over there. No, this is cool. I really dig the integration of like these, again, like almost like kiosks of all the different parts. Like everything is really laid in there, like it belongs. And there's still more things to look at, like television thing over there. Yeah, very, very cool. Very cool interior. And of course, up to the pilot seat here. That's a cool looking archy glass with LCD on there. Landed, perimeter lights are on. Looks like it's going to update that information on there too. And then our skylight above. Yeah, this is neat. You know, this also kind of reminds me of like an old school entertainment center. And back when TVs were smaller and not flat, and then you had like a stereo, and then you had your stereo, and then you had your TV little thing, and then you had some drawers and maybe some cabinets built in there to store your remotes and stuff. Yeah, kind of reminds me a little bit of that, like a space age version of that, a little bit, but not really. But I don't know. It's just really cool. All right, so let's look at the numbers here. Pretty wild build. Again, SV. All right, so unlock level 25, size class 15. Wow. 70 forward, 29 strafing, 91 lift, 70 reverse, and 33 down. Pretty agile, I got to say, too. Again, I believe this has quite a lot of storage for an SV. So having these numbers is probably a very good thing to move that cargo around. 2 light Gatling turrets, does have an SV detector. 6 hour and 39-minute build time. Does use quite a few quantum processors. I believe this, we'll have to see what the core is. I know it can be upgraded to core 17, but what is it now? So 34,000 set to using right about that. That's going to translate to, let's make sure that's sorted. Yeah, core 11. So it does have 2 quantum processors. Other than that, it's a core 9 build. It does have a stock shield of just under 15,000. Perimeter lights. Oh, we also got high beams. And we also got spotlights. Oh, my God. All right. Oh, wow. That's tricky. Look at the high beams turn on the spotlights. Hard points. Let me just turn on everything. See how bright it gets out front here. Oh, yeah. It lights up pretty good. Yeah, we got our high beams on. Wow, look at the distance on those. You can see the deer coming. All right. Storage. That is something else I'm definitely curious about. So, looks like we got nicely labeled storage here. So, we've got, looks like 2 ammos at 32K, 2 harvests at 32K, 2 cargos at 64K. These are almost like looking at CV numbers, sort of. I mean, SV's like 32K on SV is like 320K on a CV. I think actually it uses more cargo extensions yet. I do believe. And then a whole lot of sort boxes here, and a whole lot more. So yeah, holy smokes, got a lot of storage here. Again, if you look at the name though, high gravity freight. I'm thinking that's what that stands for. And it is. It does do the freight, and it looks like it would do high gravity too. So. Plus a hangar, plus drone defense. So yeah, very, very cool build here. This is the Mobius HT Freight RE2 by Fuji. Very, very cool build. Again, some really cool ideas on here. Really cool framework, really cool storage pods or things, and the integration of all the parts and stuff on the interior with the displays. That's really cool. I love to see that. All right, so the next build over here, holy smokes, what we got going on here? This is the Bearcat Skiff SU-104 Minor Salvager by Diesel. I'm sorry, not I added the L there at the end. Just by Diesel. It's spelled a little different. This is cool. So, Minor Salvager. Here. I'm gonna turn on those just so I can see all our stuff come out here. So it looks like we've got the yellow ones and then we got the white ones. So to translate that, I think the white ones are laser drills and the yellow ones are industrial multi-turrets for salvagers, basically. We do have a Gatling gun on there. It's cool how they're color-coded so you know which ones are what. Because I think the parts themselves look the same. Same model. Oh, that's cool. I like how this is kind of done up using a lot of this these like framing blocks in here. And it's got, of course, some regular blocks kind of mixed in with it, but very, very detailed. Looks like it's got a good amount of thrust there. Cool fuel rack on the bottom, again, kind of with all the those framing blocks there. They can look really good on the right build if you use them right, and the author's definitely doing that here. Like the caution decals on the some of those up there. Yeah, cool cockpit. I've used that one before on some builds too. Kind of a fun one. You know, a little unique on the cockpit designs, but those have that industrial look to it, which I definitely like, and that fits well with what this build is. And we got some drone defense built in on here too. Looks like we got some underlying turrets, detector on the back here, and it looks like a little bit of changes. You could probably add a like a full-size long-range radar there too. I think you would have to get rid of a couple of the thin blocks and probably those canisters. It looks like you could fit a long-range radar if you wanted to. We got more turret mount positions on the side over here on the tops. And yeah, very nice. Super detailed. I mean, all the piping and kind of neat how you can kind of see down in here through the framing. See a lot of the parts, generators, some fuel tanks down in there. On our side strafing thrusters. Now on this one here, I think everything's kind of like kind of designed so you can kind of like walk around the ship and get, if you got to touch on the different parts, you can. You know, if you're repairing them or upgrading them or something like that. As an interior, I don't think it has an interior though, which is totally fine. I don't think it was designed for that, but yeah, it's a miner, SV miner, and salvager. So it does like both. It's a cool looking block formation around the where these mining drills are too. Just trying to study all this little stuff here. A couple industrial spotlights in there. We got some heavy glass here behind. It's like a, that's interesting. There's like a little screen or like one of these deco parts behind the glass in there. And then we got a front Gatling gun to shoot down that occasional pesky drone. But you got some turrets that can help out with that. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. I like the detail in the color scheme too. It's kind of, it's white, primarily white, and then you got your darks in here, and then yeah, you got kind of that construction orange color in there as well, and then yeah, very cool. Rear spotlights as well. Nice. All right, well, let's look at some numbers here. So unlock level 25, size class 2, 43 forward, 43 strafing, 43 reverse, 85 lift, and 61 down. Set that a little out of order there, but let's see. Yeah, pretty much what we've seen on the exterior of it for attack and defense and our drills. And 1 hour and 43-minute build time, and just using 2 quantum processors, a couple plasma converters in there. So I think it's a Core 9. Set to 28,000. I believe that is Core 9 in SV lingo. Just sort that, make sure it's accurate. Yep, Core 9. And it does have a shield on board, just 4910 on the shield's power. And let's see, we got our options or power management for drills and salvaging lasers and some other things, turrets, spotlights, area lights, and flight systems. So a lot of power management built in here. Turned on some lights here. Yeah, so lights up, looks like all 4 sides around the miner salvager. Yeah, very cool build here. Let's look at your storage. Oh, nicely labeled storage setup over here. So we got, oh, it's got a fridge on board. You got cargo 1.2. Got 2 of those. So we got a harvest bay at 27K. It's pretty big again for an SV. And we got a magazine, which is probably our ammo bay, at 2875. So yeah, very, very, very cool. So again, this is the Bearcat Skiff SU-104 by Diesel. Very, very cool. Alright, so the last build of the day is chilling out up in the sky over here. Let me turn this on. So this is the Marble Garden MK1 by Sedonis, or S-E-D-O-N-I-S. So I do believe this is going to be about farming. It's got quite the solar array going on over here. I dig that. So this would be a space station, obviously. And when you spawn something like this in, you'd want these solar panels to face the star the best you can. And I think you should be able to spawn this and have these have direct contact. It does work on the planet surface, obviously. It's still making power here, but definitely designed for space there. So over here, it looks like we got some parts on the top over here. Gravity generator, a generator in O2. Kind of like probably the main guts of what keeps this going. You do, even when you have solar and have solar capacitors, you still got to have at least a fuel tank and a generator. But they can, if you're completely reliant on solar, they can be the smallest available in the game, and that's what the author did here. But basically, the solar won't even turn on unless you got a generator in your build. I don't think that should work that way, but that's just the way it's working. So we got an access door over there. I just want to check around over here. Oh wow, big old hangar in here too. Let's go. I like the texture lights kind of coming in through the hangar door and some of these side pieces over here. We got a balcony. We got looks like our B deck and our A deck. So here, let me, oh, I think I stuck myself in the ground. Here, let me get out there. And we'll see if we got lights or not. If not, if it's too dark, I'll jack this up here again. I'll just kind of keep it on there. Oh, this is interesting. So we got a stairway going off. We got this going off to the side over here. So it looks like you got a pretty cool looking back room. Love the wall. The integrated glass in there. So just a bunch of room in here. Ventilator. This is all stone, by the way. So, well, back there it is at least. So yeah, and you can definitely use the stone for space stations. In fact, probably the cheapest, easiest material to use for something that doesn't move, like a space station. So up here, it looks like we're getting into our farming area, I think, but it doesn't look like it has. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm. It looks kind of like there's. These would be places for grow plots. And then you'd probably add some grow lights above them, which would work. And then we got our food processor and fridge there. Got an advanced constructor. I'm not sure if that's an advanced or not. Large constructor on that one. Again, I think this is meant to be pretty inexpensive. Use a lot of stone, but not a whole lot of anything else. We got our main core right over there, and we got basically a balcony over the hangar bay, which is a pretty good sized hangar in here too. So, and I think that's it. I guess I expected to see like 5,000 grow plots. But no, it doesn't. It's got interesting rows of grow plots here. But I guess if you filled all those in, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 4. So I think just 24 grow plots. If you added the grow lights for that and stuff. But I think you could center, or you could Here, let me do that a second. I don't have any blocks on me. Sorry. Just wrecking this build. So yeah, you could remove these these center rows here too, and then just have a single grow light like above, spaced out every few blocks there, and then you'd be able to grow all that stuff in there, and have quite a bit more grow pots actually, especially if I don't know if I can get away with that. Probably not. No, I'm cutting holes in the ground. Sorry about that. But yeah, you could actually get at least like 27 some grow pots in there. But yeah, it's kind of cool the way it's set up. I like all the skylights and the cool looking walls there. And obviously, I don't think you'd ever need to put, besides starting it up the first time, I don't think you'd have to put any more fuel in this. It doesn't use much power. It's got 3, or actually 6 solar capacitors mounted right up to the solar panel array there. So yeah, very cool, very cool. See if it's got, I didn't see anything in it, but again, it's just for farming. I just wanted to see if we had, yeah, we got 16K box in there, and then we got a large fridge. So it's not really doing any storage either. And it looks like these parts here are just kind of like laid out there. Like those are the main parts of the build. And, you know, I never did come in through this airlock door over here, though. It gets straight to the center hangar balcony. So, yeah, very, very cool build. So, again, this is the Marble Garden MK1 by Sedanis. Very, very cool. And I think that is it for this week. And, wow, a lot of really, really cool builds going on here. I had some bigger, smaller. We got resort bases. We've got a couple different, both combat ships, but 2 different schools of combatness going on here. We got the massive. I'm gonna blow you up and not move, and then we got this one, which is I'm gonna you know, keep on hitting you until you eventually succumb, and I'll back away in between those hits, and all the other super creative builds in here. Very, very cool. So other than that, y'all have yourself a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you later.